shaman
Ooh,
could get in there. Hello?
good evening.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good. I had to default to my AirPods, unfortunately, which I'll have to figure out another time what's going on.
I can understand. I think you sound all right. A little bit a little bit muffled, but as long as I can hear you, that's a win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, maybe I'll be able to figure it out while I
No,
don't know,
I
somewhere along the way here. But
no,
yeah,
you sound fine. I wouldn't worry about it.
sweets,
Like we
sweets.
we 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 make do on this stream.
If
That's
there's
just
anything
how
I
it
know about
goes.
this stream, it's about making do.
Yes. I'm about to win a game real quick. Don't mind me. Just
Let's
being a
yeah.
badass. Going up to 5 boosts on this warrior. It's gonna be 6. If only I could kill my own mage somehow.
Oh, I'm
Um,
guessing I don't have the stream up, but Shadow Elves then.
it is cool doc. It's the cool doc deck build that I never stopped
Okay.
playing. Um, I feel like there
I
might
didn't.
be. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I was just gonna say I didn't think you were playing very many asyncs. Maybe like a little bit of deck building on the side?
Yeah, no,
No?
well, they announced the tournament, and so I just messaged some friends to for some 14-day links.
Sure.
Yeah, because I was like, crap, because this is my fungal dwarves async, sorry, my fungal dwarves deck build, and now you can put like call forth
Yeah.
in it, which sounds really good. So I wanted to test it out. I don't think I'll take it because like I'm just kind of used to the way the deck is, and I don't want to like change it, but I
I
want
I struggle with that because there's so many good cards in under Koldeck that they're fighting for that same spot. And the
to.
first
Yeah,
one that I think of immediately is demand
yeah,
because
yeah.
usually you end up like, well, I'll only keep one demand in this particular deck build. Uh, as opposed to putting in some other cards which are really fighting for that same spot. I don't know, just depends.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree.
So I think you shared that deck build with me personally, but I'm curious at what adjustments that you've made to it.
Yeah, I mean it's basically the same deck. Me trying the new cards is I took out Demand and the Vine Gate and put in 2 Call Forths. Like more as an
Sure.
experimental thing than like this is the play. Like taking out Demand feels really stupid, but like I just
Yeah.
I just wanted to I want to see Call Forth in action and see how good it feels. All of these games,
Well,
Call Forth has been like
yeah.
in bottom 10, and so it hasn't shown anything.
Well,
But
that could be a matchup dependent thing, and it also could be an econ thing because that's the sacrifice that I see, at least.
yeah, that
Yeah.
you're. I mean, like I guess it's better for
Command is
econ.
like immediate, whereas,
Yeah,
call forth is I'm going to out macro you. I'm going to have units, cheap units potentially too. I assume maybe carriers. You can get a couple of those. It's kind
yeah,
of like getting another spores, or it's a unit of your choice. It's very powerful. Um,
yeah, yeah. I mean, the thing
it,
about
I,
no, go ahead.
oh, just compared to Tome, I find that it's fascinating because it's better than Tome in so many ways if you are grabbing commons. And I think that commons are underrated and that events are overrated just in general.
You're saying demand. Sorry, you were saying
Oh,
demand is better than
oh,
tone.
it would be call forth. They're very comparable cards in the sense that you're pulling something from the discard pile, and this is a mechanic that is almost non-existent outside of the effect of a summoner. Um, So I know you can't have Tome in this deck, but I always think about that in
No, you
terms of
can.
value.
No, tone can go in this deck. I run 2 of them.
Oh, oh, you do. Oh,
So
yeah, two
now it's
Tome, two Call Forth. This is the most Ben deck I've ever heard.
I know, right? It seems up my alley.
Oh,
Yeah, and well, the tome. So the tome originally is sort of for blood summon. It's just like you have 4 blood summons. So there is the problem, like if your blood summons are bottom 10, you're not blood summoning, and the whole deck's about blood summoning. But that doesn't happen that often. Um,
Okay, okay.
and somehow I still
Yeah.
win those games anyway.
Is yeah. So you had another deck building deck where you would blood summon and you were using I think it was the rhinoceroses, uh, as well as gosh, what was the other? Is this the same deck modified that we had played before? I guess is what I'm asking.
Yeah, did I ever play this against you? I don't remember. Sorry, but yeah,
I
whenever
think we talked over
we
a
just
game that
talked
you
about
had
it.
in flight. Yeah.
Yeah. No, so it's okay. So this is the new experimental version. The old version is somewhere. I have way too many decks here.
Mm,
Yeah, the old version's up on screen now. Just the tomes and
yeah.
the 2 blood summons, and then full suite of carriers and rhinos is kind of the key to it. I think huh. Oh, I still ran a lioness in
Here,
this. Interesting.
let me get up to speed on the stream here.
Yeah, sorry.
There we go.
I'm
Okay.
clicking through stuff. What was
No,
it?
you're fine.
Yeah, this was. I
I had
mean,
it paused. Okay.
it's definitely the sort of thing where like I still need I need to play 100 games with this deck before I could like really tell you like which commons to use and which not. And I sort of like that about deck building. Like that's something that I feel like it can add that base decks doesn't have, is like I actually do kind of just want to focus one deck because I really don't know what the optimal build is, and I would get a better sense. Like Lioness,
Mm,
I'm trying it with it. Like I had 2 lionesses, now it's one.
I think
I
one
have
is perfect.
Yeah, but well, and most recent edition I don't have any. I was try I only
Mm,
I think I had no mages, then 1 mage, now 2 mages. Um, I don't have a Vine Mancer in here for some reason. Vine Mancers are insane. It feels like they should be in here, but like it's so hard to cut
mm,
things. I only have 3 warriors. I want a 4. Like there's so just everything is competing competing for each other in this deck just because you have
yeah.
access to so many good cards. I mean, so
I had made a deck builder for the cloak with Vlox that had just about one of every common, especially the cheaper commons, because the variety of the abilities that you could absorb through Vlox gave him the versatility. Um, Having less consistency in the deck meant more to me. Uh, it gave more value having the options of abilities to choose, especially sneak with the rogue. Um, Having just a single rogue, and I built a million deck building decks with blocks. But I always love putting in at least one rogue because of blocks that can shoot kitty corner. Uh, Brought so much value to assassinations that
mm,
having 4 of a common, just to know that every single time that you draw cards, you're probably going to have one of something. There's value in that, but there's value in versatility.
yeah.
Um, no pun on blocks and the Machinist.
Yeah, Vlog, it's just it feels unapproachable to me right now because it's just like this whole other thing, and I'd be excited to experiment with Vlox deck builds at some point. There's so many options. I even I
Yeah.
ripped Prophet's deck. This is the one he ran in the tournament. That he did real well with. Just to like try it to see how it felt, if I could understand it any better. And I'm playing it right now, and it's like breaking my brain. Like there's some real powerful stuff here. Like he uses scavengers to reclaim parapets. Um,
This is pretty similar to something I was trying to run, but less of the same amount of a common. Uh, the Ice Golem's just insane. Gunner's insane. There's more snipers than I would expect. I would
yeah, me
definitely
too.
drop that down. I guess the argument that I'm making is I would drop a sniper for just a rogue, just for the versatility of being able to shoot
That's
kitty
interesting.
corner
Yeah,
when your opponent's not expecting it. That's the difference between killing a summoner
yeah.
and not.
The
And I don't think the sniper is very good, just in general. It's probably the worst
yeah.
common
Yeah,
for
the rogues are
cloaks.
underrated. Like in Aaron's Cave Goblin deck, he runs basically two of a bunch of commons. He runs 4 slingers, but we got 2 rogues in there and 2 chargers. I definitely underestimated the Rogue when they first came out. That the ability is real powerful.
Yeah, I mean it's got the base stats, and I would like to see a lineup just kind of like what's on SW Zone of what what is your favorite zero cost, what is your favorite one cost character, and most of them don't shine on their own outside of the cohesiveness of the faction, but the rogue in and of itself has the utility that would apply and fit cookie cutter into just about anything.
Yeah, yeah. Chairs in chat. Asked for, sorry. Side note, real quick about my Cloaks and
Oh
Avians
yeah.
game. I lost. I lost that game. Were you? I played some of it. This is not the game. Okay. Well, wherever that game was, I played some of it. I took my last turn on stream Vlox. Or sorry, Hagrada,
Oh,
and I took my last turn of that game, and then I made a huge misplay of just letting Ava run right in, and I immediately died. I think on my turn, I went over to here, and then of course Ava just came over and killed me. Sorry, I just wanted to show that to Hagrada real quick. Sorry to interrupt.
oh, you didn't interrupt whatsoever. Um,
Um,
I want to ask you just on the, let's say, the ethics or morals of playing this game. If you're somebody like Water D, and I'm not going to rip on Water D,
yeah,
but
yeah,
you have 12 games up at once,
yeah.
and unless you're a savant, you can't keep track of the usage of cards that you've seen. But what do you think about the morals of using the analyzer of the game, going through the history, identifying which cards have gone for sure, and having an idea of what the opponent has in their deck going forward?
Yeah, I do that. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, so I know
I think that's
some
pretty
people don't like
standard.
that, and
Yeah.
I feel like it is all public knowledge. But personally, I don't, unless I'm playing a game that's really down to the wire, to the very end, have I ever found myself in that situation? Not even necessarily league games, but uh, I want to know, have they used both purges or blood summons?
Yeah.
Have they used all of the events that are relevant? Uh,
Yeah.
and I've forgotten about it and struggling to identify if that is, if it really was unethical, why isn't that a built-in function to the game itself where you could see that count? Or being able to look at the discard pile for cards that you've seen. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think if I was to sort of justify it, I mean, I'd say first off, I like personally, I think the game is best live. I think it's sort of built for that. And async is
Sure.
great too, but like if you can play, I mean, that's sort of why I'm streaming, just because live is so much fun.
Yeah.
Um, and I find myself in live games. I mean, sometimes you don't remember like I think the amount of information that you remember in live games is ideal, and like it's a little bit try hard in a
Mm,
live game to like sit there and like mark, okay, it's played three border archers, two of these, two of the, and so like that feels like there's sometimes in games where I will really want to win, and I will go through literally every single card my opponent has played, and then watch back turn by turn and try to make a best guess at what it is in their hand, and then I will make a terrible misplay that makes all of that completely moot. But like so there's that level of like you can really just like study and replay a game, and it's like I mean that's sort of unavoidable for the async format. But like the general amount of knowledge that you would just remember if it was a live game, I think sort of just makes sense to replicate that. Like if you're playing a live game,
mm,
you just remember like as one purge played, has two purge has been played, like you're gonna remember. I mean maybe you'll have a brain fart and not, but you're probably, and you'll have a gut instinct for how much of a certain common has been played. And so for getting more into async games, yeah, when I click on a game, I'll do a quick refresher, look at my discard pile. I'll do a quick search if I want to know how many of a certain like event they've played. And for me that's pretty quick at this point. Like just like take like 20 seconds to refresh myself on the game if it's important. But
indeed.
um Yeah.
Yeah. In that sense, it'd be cool if Massimo built a plugin into the browser and you just activate it and it spits out all that information like on the same screen. So at
Yeah.
least the folks who don't have the wherewithal or um, the dedication to export HTML into a tool would have access to the same thing. But the arguments that you make sense to me. When I'm playing live with you, I have a pretty good idea of what you've already played and
Yeah.
which commons are left. But at the end of the day, it still comes down to chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And
it's not like overwhelming advantage because you make the wrong assessment all the time.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I actually like I don't even use Massimo's tool. Like I will just I'll just use Command F. I'll pull up the log,
Sure,
I'll do Command F, and it's just and I'll just press and I'll search seek or something
sure, sure.
or regenerate and I'll just see how many have been played and so I don't know. I mean,
I see.
the tool's cool. I don't know if
Mm,
I mean, if the game gets big enough, like someone's gonna make a tool like that along the way, and like, you know, that's
yeah.
totally fine. I think like yeah, personally, I like, and personally, I was even like kind of against being
Mm,
able to see what's in the remainder of your draw pile. That like this is very silly, and I don't think I'd stand. But like, and now it's really handy, and I'm into it. But I kind of liked I don't know. I like keeping the game feeling like it feels in person. And in person, you can't just pick up your draw
mm,
pile and look at it real quick and then reshuffle it and put it back. I mean, you can if it's like,
no.
if your opponent says that's fine, but like it's not good practice. What you have to do is you have to count the cards in your discard pile and do the math as to what's in your deck. And that's a lot more annoying.
Well,
But then
do you
like
think that should
extending,
even be public knowledge? Like, well, obviously your discard pile isn't to your opponent, but do you think you should be like even able to look at that?
I mean,
Because you can make the argument against that as well. It would fall
yeah.
hand in hand.
I mean, it's strictly just saving you time. But then the down, so it's strict like because I know I can figure out what's in my deck, and before I would keep a notes tab open, and I would and like once I got down to the last like 12, 10, 8 cards in my deck in a league game, I have a notes tab that is every card that's left in my deck. And that was just for every game. And so there's an argument that like, okay, well, we've just streamlined this by having the deck option, and I'm a fan of the deck option. If you if you said, Ben, you have the power to get rid of this, I would not. But there is the downside of like having tools like that it then becomes the norm and people start to rely on it. So like plugins that are then so like if you then extend plugins more,
Mm,
that's like this plugin just always will show you on the screen. It just lists out every single card your opponent has played. It's like, yeah, like
totally.
I don't know if that's the best thing for you to just always be looking at, but it's information you have, so like you're totally within your rights
Sure.
to do it. So I can't really
It's a
complain.
very gray area. Yeah, yeah. And I like the way that you described it. That I don't know. There's different shades of gray in the sense that you can make an argument for being able to see the deck. We have mechanisms ourselves, like taking notes, that would keep track of that. Um,
Yeah,
and you would assume that a better player who's managing it, taking notes, um, mentally categorizing how many cards are left, is the better player that should move forward. Or you can make the argument for tools because the way that it's
yeah,
designed as of right now, it's all public knowledge. Um, People with better memory will win more often than not, assuming that a card may have not have been played. That's they've already spent both usages of. So at its worst case,
yeah.
um, are they going to play a Phoenix? They already played two Phoenixes, but this game's gone on for 6 days, and I don't remember.
Yeah,
Stuff like that is hard to
yeah.
reconcile with or make that kind of ethical argument.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm also someone who's never a fan of card counting in games. Like, I'm always just kind of annoyed when it's like, oh, this is a great game, and it's like, oh, the end game strategy just involves a lot of memorization. That's annoying. Like, I don't like that's not gameplay to me. And like, and I don't know.
Sure.
I respect games that have card counting, and Summoner Wars does to a degree. But part of what I like about Summoner Wars is like in a live game, it's like I mean, I'll have a sense of like, okay, my opponent's either played like 2 or 3 border archers, but like really like that sense that I have of how much they've played is really all that's mattered because they could have discarded any amount. So like there's not card counting to the same degree as there is in some other games,
Mm.
and so I'm a fan of where card counting is at in Summoner Wars. In that I basically I want to know if an opponent is out of something, but other than that, like I don't need to be sitting here with my calculator.
No, no, and playing those odds that much, in my opinion, is a little bit too much min maxy from a person who's in just about everything I participate in trying to min max. And
Yeah, I get it.
my obsession, I guess, if you want to think about it that way, between thinking about tools or whatnot, is obviously a result of my profession and my
Yeah,
interest in code and my interest in design. Um, I'm curious when it moves to mobile, what features that they keep, what they integrate. Um,
yeah,
those are going to be fundamental changes to
yeah.
what we know and love. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a question to be had in a lot of games. And I'll answer her Grada's question in chat real quick. Are you allowed to look through the opponent's discard pile when live? I don't think so. Or like in the app, I don't think you can ever
uh,
click on the opponent's discard pile.
no,
The
in
deck.
fact, they're all given unique identifiers such that the second that a card is discarded, there's no mechanism by which to derive it, if they drew that this turn, what the card is. That type of information is hidden.
Gotcha. Yeah,
I,
and in
yeah,
and in person in real life, no, you're not. Discard pile, you're always allowed to look through your own discard pile. You're not allowed to look through your opponent's discard pile ever because your opponent like
yeah.
because otherwise, and I mean, you can tell they've thought about this because otherwise it's like, okay, I discard 2 cards for Magic. It'd just be like, okay, well, I want to look at what you just discarded, and that's no fun. That would just be every single
That slow
turn.
down the game. Yeah, literally every single. Why would you not?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
information that's
And then you
it
could card
needs to
count.
be hidden for the meta. Yeah,
Yeah, and then I would know every single card that's left in your deck, and so I would play around that every single turn. I'd be okay, these are the cards left, these are the cards, this is what you're holding, this is what you're gonna play. Like, thank goodness.
here's how much mana you have.
um,
I know at best you could play these two commons
yeah,
where you know exactly where they can place them. It gamifies it. It
yeah,
simplifies it too much. In fact,
yeah. I feel like we could like get into like a whole just
sure,
a whole
yeah.
talk show section about like gaming and HUDs and whatnot. But like I think other games have had issues with this more, and I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I know like when I played Hearthstone, cough cough trash game, back in the day, like there's a arena mode where like you build your own deck, and there was a
I
plugin
loved
you could
Arena.
get, and like there was a certain point where the plugin would literally just tell you which card to pick. And like a lot of the skill in arena mode was like knowing what cards to pick, and I'm sure the plugin wasn't like I was trash. I'm sure the plugin wasn't perfect, but like the plugin would just like give you a rating for each card and whatnot. And it's like that's a little bit weird. And I think like even bigger games, like at some point I watched like a 2 hour video about World of Warcraft and how it's sort of a lot of the meta has been ruined by HUD overlays like that they allowed like external mods to that just like change your HUD overlay to be there, and so like every single player screen has like 15 different HUD overlays that are displaying different stats, and instead of like communicating in like a raid group of like, okay, you need to step there and then 5 seconds I go over there and shoot that, instead it's like you just like set up like a program that will tell everyone, and like it'll have a glowing spot of where you need to go, and it's like, okay, well this is like actually kind of taking away from the game now, even though like
Sure.
from the get-go they sort of had the ideology of like you guys can do what you want, like it's your game, have fun with it. But it's like, well, so I don't know, it's like all things,
Interesting.
it there's gray areas and there's upsides and downsides.
I would love to play some games here, but I would like to quickly just dive into your
Yeah,
experience in World of Warcraft, and if that was a part of your life that
I
was
I've actually
relevant.
I've never played World of Warcraft. I just watch videos.
Okay.
Fortunately,
Like
sorry.
the memes like Leroy Jenkins.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a much younger. That was like me at 14. So
Yeah, yeah. Did you ever play
yeah,
it?
I did. I loved what's classically referred to as vanilla. And I saw the increase of the HUD. I didn't use any external tools, but I did see the overwhelming amount of information on the screen. And I think I missed what you're talking about, which was literally taking away the agency of the player, uh,
Yeah,
the decisions that they're making, telling them what to do. And then you wonder, well, I'm just basically a robot acting on behalf of what I'm being told. And what is the point? How do you feel victory for making decisions that have been made for you? It
yeah.
doesn't seem as rewarding.
Yeah, yeah, it's complicated, and I'm sure there's more nuance to it too. I just like watched one video, and that's my opinion now. But yeah, I haven't
Yeah,
haven't done. I played when I was younger. I played Destiny, which was a
sure.
it's is like a first person shooter that was also an MMO. Don't play anymore. It had its problems, but like it had the similar like the MMO, like this game can just sort of be your life, and then also the sort of the rating experience of like here's a really hard challenge for you and five friends to try to beat, and like you're beating your head against it
Totally.
like you do like a Dark Souls boss. That's a lot of
I
fun for
love the
me.
Souls games.
Oh, you
Yeah,
do? Yeah, I
yeah.
feel like
Was
have we talked about that? Yeah, I do too. Those I mean they're just the best
I
games of all time.
no, I'm just curious, just for a chat. Have you ever played Destiny? Was that a part of your life, or World of Warcraft? Just in the meantime, that's something that hooked you, or the Souls games.
You're asking chat here?
Uh, yeah, just yeah, chat in general, if they can hear me.
Yeah, yeah, they can. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, there's
What?
only like three people there, but yeah,
No,
I'll just
we
throw out your comments if you've seen it. Yeah.
three. I'm very grateful for for three people that you guys are here. Yeah, what sort of games are you guys into? You've played MMOs before, games like Dark Souls. Um, never touched Destiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't. Wouldn't recommend. No, it's fun. I don't know. MMOs will eat your life
Maybe
away. Sorry, go ahead.
Destiny 2 and the raids. Yeah. I've heard that's just a fantastic experience with a group of friends that not that it's unrivaled, but that they do it really well.
Yeah, I've heard the same. Yeah, and I had some great experiences with Destiny, but like boy, like I just played that game like every day for like so long. Like it just yeah, and that's like a pretty light MMO, things all things considered. Like I don't know, this I'm a big fan of gaming,
Yeah.
but it's definitely dangerous for people like myself that can just get so into it. Because like Summoner Wars, like I don't know, like you play a game of Summoner Wars and then it's done. Like there's no built-in mechanisms to be like you should play for 8 hours straight every day.
No, no, it's the same thing over and over, uh, with the exception of the variation of the factions
Yeah,
and who you're going to be facing. It is a different game every time, but you got to really love the format.
yeah,
Um, I
yeah,
love that it's not intentionally the ranking system isn't grindy. You can play as much as you want. You don't have to feel bad about it, and the community is fantastic.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Uh,
Yeah, it feels like good
also,
stuff. Oh,
what do you
really?
say? I'll hold off on the on the Souls topic. Do you want to dive into a game, and I'll hop off here and
Yeah,
give you a
sure.
chance to.
I'll say real quick. Her Grata says in chat, I'm currently playing Islands of the Caliph on Steam. Have you ever heard of that? I have
Mm,
not.
I can't say I have. What genre is that?
Yeah, is
I've heard
that
of.
let us know. Yeah, because I've also I know you just said let's like stop freaking talking, but like
No, no, no.
have you
I love it. I
played
could talk all night. So
have you played
yeah,
much like roguelikes before?
I'm obsessed with roguelikes.
Uh,
Personally, that's my favorite
yeah,
genre of
they're
indie game,
they're
and
fun. Oh,
or yeah,
we were talking about Isaac, weren't we? At some point.
Isaac. Yeah, I
Yeah,
spent way too much time with Isaac.
first person adventure RPG. It sounds awesome. Yeah, I haven't played played a ton of those at this point.
Mm,
It seems
yeah, I hope they continue to bust out the roguelikes. in all different formats possible, different variations. The randomness of it just peaks something, at least the dopamine in my brain,
Yeah. I mean, it's the
to
same.
have the randomness, but the
Yeah.
possibility of being overpowered at the end of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could really like yeah, I could really like psychoanalyze like what is this thing that I like in games? Because like all of it is kind of this like wow, I'm really just gonna talk for 20 minutes straight, but like it
Oh
like
no, no, that's fine. Please do. Yeah.
so sort of like the rush of like beating a Souls boss or like the learning experience of beating a Souls boss like kind of epitomizes like
Mhm.
what's fun in games for me is like I like going into a boss. I like it destroying me the first time. I like playing it for 4 hours straight, and at the end of it, I'm dodging every attack and I'm super good, and then I finally kill it. Like that is so satisfying. And like take that to
Yeah.
roguelikes, it's the same thing. You just every run you get better, and eventually it's super easy. And then I mean, Summoner Wars, like just every game, it's Summoner Wars. You could think of every game as its own little mini roguelike or something out, like, and you're just slowly getting better. And I don't know.
Do you ever get suspicious of the way the game is designed because of your proclivity to get better at it? Let's say Dark Souls 1, whatever. You face that boss and you get ruined, and then you come back at it maybe on your fifth attempt and you absolutely annihilate it with the wonder, is it placating to me? Is it making decisions differently such that it's allowing me to beat it? Or have I really improved that much
You know, I never
to where
have.
it's not? Yeah.
You trying to ruin my life here? Like, tell me I'm not as good as I
No,
think I am? Is this what's happening?
no,
No,
I don't know
I'm
because
joking.
I played so many Souls games where I'm getting my butt kicked, and the next time I come around to go against that boss, I absolutely annihilate it. And I have always kind of wondered, like, oh, are you going easy on me this time around, or was it really like that big of a of a skip
You
in my playing?
you're doubting yourself. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I think it's all skill. I think it's I mean, I'm sure there's some I'm sure you can find instances where that's not the case out in the whole gaming thing, but I I think like just I don't know, the market difference in skill of just like having played, it's just so satisfying to like see after like
mm,
500 hours of a game just how much better you are or like something. Have you ever played Celeste?
sure. Oh, I love Celeste. Yeah,
Like
I
the
haven't beaten it though to my own,
oh okay, well
detriment perhaps, but
I recommend it. Maybe I should just boot up. This could just be a Celeste stream if you guys want.
I'm entirely cool with that.
Um
I know you kind of got a
don't
gig here, but
don't
yeah,
tempt me. I could very
I'm
easily
serious. But
boot it up. I was like playing it like me and my friends would just like have like we'll stream random games to each other, and so I was doing that the other
sure.
day. But like the difference in like one of the most satisfying experiences in gaming I've ever had is like my first Celeste playthrough of like getting 100% in the game and beating all of the hardest whatever blah blah blahs took like I don't remember the exact figures, but like it took like 80 hours or something. And then
Yikes.
my second Celeste playthrough took like less than half that or something. Um,
Sure.
and just like
Yeah.
how much better I got. Like just in between like that game really emphasizes it and
Mm.
like you really just you feel yourself getting better. It's a lot of
That
fun.
makes sense to me. It makes sense to me more than the Souls games sometimes. Of the difference between fighting a boss, uh, getting wrecked, coming back at it again, and then destroying it. That's where the dissonance is. But playing Celeste is a very specific set of actions that you need to improve on over time.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I remember my first playthrough of Celeste, which again is unfinished, dying like 100 times before before really getting into the actual meat of the game. Uh, and I
Yeah.
can't imagine doing that again now that I know what all of the functions that you can perform do. Um, but what a beautiful game, just all around. It deserves awards.
Yeah,
One of my
it
favorite
really does.
platformers.
It's good. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm glad like we've played all the same games. It's good.
Yeah.
Like the common
So
gamer language that we can all speak.
I know it's kind of yeah, an unseen language for people
Yeah.
uh in the professional space or on
Yeah.
Tinder, I guess I can't use
If only.
it. So I threw a game just into the B stream if you want
Okay,
to pick up
great.
that invite,
Sounds good.
and then if you want to pivot too, that's fine.
No, no, no. We should play Summoner Wars or something, I guess.
I mean, your caption set at Summoner Wars, so versus Vlox.
It does say Summoner Wars. That was the plan. No, let's do it. Let's do it.
I'm gonna exit out of your Twitch then.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, I really need a dub against you, so I'm gonna try my hardest here. Um,
Okay,
I'm
okay.
sorry for your loss, but
Yeah, no, 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 for sure. I'll pick some. Maybe I'll play like Mountain Vargath or something. Or what are you taking?
oh, so I pick Wayfarer, so you pick whatever you want, but
Oh,
anything except Crimson Order. That is your.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
cannot beat your Crimson Order.
Everyone hates my Crimson Order. I know, I know. No one will play it
It's
anymore.
unstoppable.
No one will play. It's the same thing happened to Fungal Dwarves. I was like, hey boys, I'm ready to play some Fungal Dwarves to my new favorite faction. Everyone hates them. Everyone hates them now. Now Kuldak's getting like minus
I'm
11 health or whatever. It's bullshit.
I'm taking a note to talk about that after the Fungal Dwarves versus Crimson Order because I want to know what you would do as an opening as the Fungal against Crimson Order, given
Okay.
any set of cards that you could start with.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I mean, if you want to take Crimson Order against my Fungal,
given,
that'll that'd be an
but
easy way to do it.
I don't play them as well as you. You have it sorted out. I think
Uh, Skill
I want to
issues, but
see how you fare.
I'm joking.
Okay,
I'm
that's
joking.
true.
I'm
It's
sorry. No,
true
no.
though.
You know the
That
game's
doesn't bother me.
life is one massive skill issue. It's-
Um, yeah, actually, that would be curious to try because I haven't had that matchup. But
yeah,
yeah,
no, no, I'd
let's
be
see.
happy. That'd be fun to talk about too.
Cool, cool. Well, I'll go
Cool,
ahead and give you the stream back,
cool.
and good luck, my friend.
Good luck. I'll catch you on the other side.
Bye.
All right, bye. All right, they want to win. It's our job not to give it to them. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's destroy them. Who do they think they are? Ramming advance. You know, if I can ever use this card to do freaking anything, we're calling it a win. This is a pretty good turn. Ramming advance for Brute to go up like that. Gonna be Daymar for Halloween. If you ship me the costume, I will wear it all day, every day. Get some easy kills here. I mean, we just want to take over the mid board. I feel like I'm going crazy. I feel like my dice have been worse recently. I think it's me going insane. I'm gonna become one of those like grumpy dice lords. Good stuff. We take that. A few cards that we need to draw a gate. We're gonna discard as heavy as possible until we get a gate, I think. Summoner Wars. Summoner Wars. Such a fun game. I'm glad Vlox and I have so much to talk about. It's always fun. So unit moves one fewer space. So I guess one fewer space comboing with ramming advance is so it can just go 3 spaces. And I guess it didn't go 3 spaces, so it didn't get the bonus there. But We moved up with Sundavad. Sundavad. When I turned on the music in the other stream, the video got flagged for copyright. They're like not the flag said like the person who's made this song has approved it, so like you're not actually in trouble and nothing's gonna happen. But then it showed me what songs they were, so now I know what like royalty free songs Joe has gotten to put in this game. Stealing that spot's real strong. I buy it for sure. This brute can hopefully kill. Ooh, nasty miss. Yeah, so now this brute can kill a dancer. That's really good. Probably don't footwork. You were going to before when you thought you could kill the brute. Honestly, I might have still gone for the brute here. We can use the collar and the brute to take back this spot. It's pretty good. And then let's go from there. Ram that out of the way. Ram this. Okay, so that's the obvious first move. And what are my other moves? I could do ramming advance. I don't think I need that. I can just like go up like this. Like why the heck not? And stronghold. What would I stronghold into the back then? Or would I just hold on to stronghold for now? Or just discard it? Because we can go pretty hard here. Yeah, let's go hard. Because we got the martial forces, that'll help. Ooh, okay, if this misses, that's kind of bad. Don't miss. Thank goodness, I saw it flash the sword right before it flashed the bow. That was horrifying. My life flashed before my eyes. Okay, so we could stronghold instead of martial forces. So what would we prefer? Would we prefer to have Sunderved and a brute, or like we could send Sunderved here and put the brute there. So I'm just like in general less exposed. And then I could hold on to martial forces because it's such a good card. Do I want to have more of this mid board claimed? I feel like I like retreating a little bit. I mean, we're sort of giving them this gate spot if we retreat. I don't know. I don't love Sunderved just like sitting in our main gate spot. Maybe let's just do Stronghold. That wasn't the plan, so maybe like I don't know. That's fine. Well, and we'll hold Ram and we'll hold Martial Force. All right, good stuff. And we got the gate. Easy, easy. So our plan is just to stop the Wayfarers from getting a foothold. That is the goal here. Don't martial forces the brute in front of the summoner for one extra dice. I wasn't. Yeah, so at the time, I was planning on my ending setup being Sunderved, Brute, and then I martial forces the collar up here just to protect Sunderved, so Sunderved's protected on both sides. I could have martial force for one more dice on Celeste. I don't know if that's quite worth it. Like at that point, I might just rather discard it. Not sure. Like 1 damage on Celeste, eh. Yeah, Celeste is struggling to get a foothold here. That is what we like to see. I'm hoping to place a gate in her territory. We'll see if she lets me. She sure might not. We shall see. Right now I'm seeing this. That might change though. I mean, the ideal play would be this, but them occupying that spot prevents that. Oh, I should post about this. Dude. And I mean, I could consider putting a gate there, but that it feels like I'm blocking myself off a little bit too much. So I might just dropping a gate in front of their gate is pretty good for wayfarers. Like it's gonna cause them a lot of problems. So I'm a fan. Glory Caller is within 3, right? Yes. Hmm. Okay, I don't think we're gonna play any of these units. We can ram this over here. We might just not want to ram that, honestly. If this is the play we're going with. This is the play we're going with. I really wish I could martial force something to there, but I'm sure not going to with the way this board is looking. It's too, like, I would love to martial force as a glory caller, but yeah, it's not gonna happen. I could get Sundervid all the way up there. If I played a goalie caller, like I need it to be within 2. Oh well, it's fine. Hopefully we're not like dead to slip by or something here. Hoping our board presence is just strong enough to deter the nonsense. Good stuff. I think we're gonna keep holding on to martial forces. I kind of want to hold a brute. Seems like brutes are pretty good in this matchup. Then I can wait for Torridon. Yeah, I mean, I could hold a brute and a glory caller. Like those are the 2. Those are the good ones. Is that worth it? Because I'm just looking at this deck and I'm like, well, these other commons I'm not like. Those are the commons I kind of want against wayfarers, honestly. And I know Torridon's fun, but like, I don't know if I have the cards that I want next turn in hand. Maybe we're getting to a point where we know what's going on with Mountain Varga. We're holding cards now. Like Brute plus Glory Caller, those are 2 cards that I want. Those are good in hand. Those do things. I get to do a whole damage to them, but it's also just like 3 magic for 9 health of units is pretty insane. Pretty insane tempo there. And we still got the martial forces for whenever we need it. Making their life tough for sure. And I mean, the idea is just to shut down their pressure at the source. Never let them get over to me. All right, Baldo's coming here. Screaming for Torrid play. I'll do it if I can. And I wanted to just discard everything, and like I could have been at 10 and totally played Torrid next turn, but like, you know, like it's like I really just don't need to, or like it's probably better to hold the brute and the collar. In a lot of matchups, I wouldn't have. Like, I would have just been like, screw it. 10 magic lead, I'll take that. But not here. All right, Sundervids are going to be a little bit trapped. Hopefully we could recover. Hopefully we can just like kill Baldo or something. Yeah, Baldo punish for sure. You doing it? You got like, yeah, let's see it. I could be dead here. If he can trap me successfully, it's over. Not, it looks like not quite. And sometimes, I mean, we're playing a little risky with that, just being like, nope, I'm exposing Sunderved, I'm placing this gate, taking a risk now, but it's gotta, if I don't die, it's got a really high chance of paying off. Fighters are interesting. Fighters are like some of the surprise of this deck, I guess. I could definitely like, yeah, this deck. I've said it before, but it feels fun for the same reasons Grognak feel fun. Grognak feels fun, you know. Yeah, I mean, we were probably able to kill Baldo that turn, and then like martial forces, so probably wasn't the play. But there's a chance like I whiffed on Baldo and just lost the game, so I see it either way. Celeste is gonna be dead there. I can ram Celeste, right? Yeah. Totally will too. Try and stop me. All right. Where are we headed? Ooh. Celeste retreats? She could better retreat from here though. Oh, she didn't play slip by. Celeste is a little bit dead here. What was the Celestial? Was it 0 or 1? It was just 0. Skill issue. Brute. I think Celeste is just dead. Two brutes on Celeste is going to do a decent amount of damage here. I mean, do I prefer to just keep her in that square at 7? Is that easier for me to get the damage in? Because I could also have a fighter push Celeste over. I mean, it feels like the good play. I don't know. I could have a Glory Caller force Sunderved to here. I go there. I place a gate. Ram. I mean, the thing is, 10 dice should kill Celeste, so we should be fine. Could I martial forces to get any extra dice? I doubt it. I mean, so this is probably fine. And if we ram Celeste back, I just don't see how we get enough dice on her. Um, yeah, because martial forces won't help me. So just bloop. That goes there. Glory color goes there. Glory color goes there. Sundraved is protected, and Celeste is probably dead. And GG's. Fun game. I'll send Vlox a message and see what we're up to next. Sunderved. Sunderved's fun. I definitely see it. Like what's the inner vampire in me kind of calms the fuck down. Like I can see it. I can see it. We're still theory crafting this turn. The best possible way we can get in there. Because we've gotten to 6 damage. Trying to see if we can get to more. Oh, hey. Oh, and you're gone. Saw Vlox in chat for a second.
There we go.
And there we go. Heyo.
I got spanked a little bit. I do want a retry. If you need to get spanked on stream.
Yeah, what were you
I
saying?
I made some mistakes there. I'm thinking about it in hindsight. What do you think was the worst thing that I had done?
Um,
If anything,
you know, I don't know what I'm talking about. Let me look at it again.
more than most people. Let's see. What does chat think?
Yeah, chat.
Chat, help us out here.
Her grata says, "Oh, good. Thought he rage quit the stream." That's helpful. Um, I don't. Well,
No.
it's hard. Like,
No, I lose
I
all
don't
the
know.
time. Yeah.
No, no, yeah, no. I'm sure he's just
Yeah.
joking. Um, it's hard to. I don't know, because like I mean, and I'm happy to give tips and whatnot. Like what I generally just like tell people is like, you know, just like you play the game and you get better at it. Like it's you don't need to focus on every little thing and whatnot. But at the same time, it's fun to talk about. It's like, oh well, what do you think went wrong there and whatnot. But it's definitely
Totally. So yeah.
I promise the more you play, the better you get and whatnot. I mean,
I love that advice in general. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, and there's so many like tier lists and guides and whatnot, and we talked about everything here. I just going back to same topics, but it's great fun. But you definitely yeah, no, you don't, as a beginner, you don't need to look at that stuff to learn how to play the game.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I
was
think you're
curious about,
crippling.
especially my initial gate placement was questionable.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan. I think your crippling misplay was not just like getting into my back row turn 1. Next time try
I
harder.
absolutely could
No, I'm
have.
joking.
Well, that is
Actually,
Wayfair is the
no,
101.
I'm joking. Yeah, your crippling misplay was not like surrounding all of my gates and my summoner on the first turn. Yeah, I'm a fan of that gate. I mean, I do that gate a lot. I mean, Celeste obviously likes gates further up, but like for a turn 1 gate, I liked your dancer plays. Maybe I think what was it, turn 3? Maybe I would have prioritized. Is this turn 2? Maybe I
I
would have
whiffed on my
prioritized.
shots too, but like,
Yeah, no, you did. I mean, I think you used Celeste to finish off to finish off a slinger instead of a brute, and maybe I would have gone for the brute because the brute's gonna
Interesting.
easily, but just because the brute is gonna kill the dancer for free. Like that's a pretty
For
big
free.
swing.
Without a move.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a move
because
plus in a swing. Yeah.
I mean, and the obvious thing at the
That
end
was a
there
gamble.
being
That was too big of a
Celeste success.
gamble.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's tough with Celeste, like when you
I don't want to give up
get a foothold.
that line. Yeah, I'm trying to get into the. I drew into 2 or 3 rogues to start um, as well, so I was playing off of rogues. Um, at
Yeah,
least turn
yeah.
two,
I
you see them
mean,
come out big time. I
I
don't
think
think
by the
that that was a
time,
big error or like problem necessarily.
yeah, no, no.
I had
I
three
was a
rogues in
fan
my
of your
hand.
play. Yeah, no, no. I was a fan of your play and whatnot. And maybe
Mm,
like, and I think it's legitimately a tough situation, and like even the best players like would just would tell you it's tough and like think about it a lot. Like by the time you're at turn 6, it's
sure.
like this is not where the wayfarers want to be. You're being overwhelmed, and that can just so like for the wayfarers, like it is just like a general difficulty of the faction of like if you don't pop off immediately, like if you go second and your opponent like sets up a board and it's now a lot harder to get into their territory. So
Mm,
like how do you sort of back off, regroup, and then make a push at some point? Because with wayfarers, like the initiative is kind of on you to establish territory and just
mm,
and take over the board at some point. And then so especially that's exemplified a lot more when we get to like this turn 6 and it's like what the heck, like what the heck do you do here? You're behind. How do you regroup and plan another assault
like behind
for
it, and
later?
I can't get Celeste to be of like a valuable unit. Like 3 attack
Yeah,
is good,
it's
but you can't line up 2 attacks unless another unit is on the same horizontal line, and that's part of the difficulty, right? Like, how do I?
yeah,
Because
yeah,
3 ranged attack can very rarely kill any unit in this game, uh, unless you have a second complementary unit at the same
yeah,
rank.
yeah.
Um,
It's definitely tough. I guess the second
yeah,
gate that you put behind Celeste that one time. What was your
I
thought there?
that's what I think is questionable. Um, I figured because it was in my hand, I didn't want it to go to waste. I thought about putting it on the back rank, but if I made the kills where I needed to, I thought that it would be an aggressive one. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I now in hindsight, I feel like that was a big mistake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
something you
yeah,
could have
that seemed like
considered
a
would.
mistake.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't get you a ton, and it blocks
It
off
doesn't give me
Celeste's
anything.
retreat. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I don't know. It's not gaining me any
Maybe.
summoning spots.
Yeah,
Uh, it's
yeah,
another place. If I summon in the front, I can summon on that side adjacent to it. But
yeah.
yeah, that seemed like maybe what was that? The nail in the coffin. Perhaps I'm curious. Looking back on it
Um,
to look through the turns to see.
yeah, it's always tough because because every game is just an addition of tiny little parts, and a lot of people will. It's very easy to just like neglect the small things and be like, and come to the last turn of
Totally.
a game that's been 47 turns and you miss a few dice and it's like, well, it all came down to that dice. Screw this game, and it's like, well, it's the 3 million decisions before then as well.
Yeah, I that was definitely in hindsight a mistake. I want to play it through and just see from your
Yeah, it's
perspective what
tough.
that looks like.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and I might have considered like putting the gate down there at what is that like F3, or just like all the way in the top
Yeah, for
right
you it'd
of
be
your screen.
B2 or sorry, B1 or oh you're saying F3. Okay, okay. Yeah, I like
Or
that.
like I'm thinking, it's
I
just a
can't
thought of like,
imagine that being it can't be better than that in hindsight because now I have an angle to gain um tempo with
yeah,
damage on Celeste and what can you really do about that? Do you have to divert forces to kill that? Because that's a bad idea.
yeah,
That would have
yeah.
been, yeah,
It's gonna slow my advance or like give you opportunities to cut me off. and just get
Sure.
back in the board. Like now I got to be more afraid. I got to protect Sunderved more because it's something I'm definitely
Sure.
afraid of. And like with you, I was watching you play around with that, like Baldo play one of those turns, um, is like
Yeah.
it's like if you and exposing Sunderved on one of these sides, I was like, there's Celeste hands where like I'm kind of dead here. Like if you can, like
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, maybe I need to like maybe if I actually came down to it, I couldn't think of the perfect one. But like if you were able to like trap and surround Sunderved, and I didn't draw a stronghold, I mean, it'd be
Yeah.
luck to get it. But like
I was pretty close to that, even
yeah,
where I was at, and I couldn't find the perfect configuration. I obviously can't kill you in one turn, but at least to trap you, but also keep myself safe. That was the Celeste couldn't find the position
yeah, no,
to keep herself from dying that next turn.
I understand that.
So I got the screen brush thing that you have too, so I was mapping it out. Now it's like
Oh, good,
I'll probably
good, good.
die the next turn if I.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's tough.
sure. What do you let me ask you, Ben. Does stream like seeing me think through my thought process by mapping it out, or do they prefer me to just make my moves, brush on my own side, and
Um,
make mistakes and whatnot? Like, do you want
oh,
people to
you
do
mean
that, or
yeah? You mean like play the cards as you go and then just take back
yeah, as I'm
everything?
thinking, take back everything, and
Um,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, I think
is that more entertaining
I
then?
I enjoy it. I mean, it really doesn't matter much either way. It's kind of your preference. I think it can be fun seeing you like try out things, but it does also give me more info about your hand. So if you don't want that,
Yeah, well,
I
I'm
think it's
not
really up to
playing here
you.
to
It's not,
win, like
yeah.
outside of like, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, I am
yeah, I
playing
don't
to
think it's a
win,
big
but
issue either way. Yeah, if you wanna just like show us your thought process as you go, that's always fun. It's up to you.
it seems a little bit, yeah, more informative. Of if you're playing cards, then that's the tell at the end of the day.
The tell for what?
Yeah. Oh, so if you're playing cards from your hand as you're unfolding your step by step
Oh,
process throughout your turn, that's a tell that you can't take back. But
yeah, yeah,
um, if you're making the movements on your own side, drawing arrows on your own screen, you can keep that to yourself. But I think making the stream more informative or seeing what I'm thinking is probably best
yeah,
for just about
yeah,
everybody. Yeah,
yeah. Well, like, but I mean, and I guess there would be certain situations like if you think, I guess if you think it's information that like I will benefit strongly from having, maybe be a bit more tentative about it, or like especially in like end
sure.
games when it's like I don't know if you have a brutal force in hand or not. Or I mean that's a bad example because like you don't really play brutal force till the end, but
I
it's
don't
like
really play the yeah.
so some
Well,
information
skills
can
in
be pretty
general.
huge whether I have or not. Like not especially in the early game, not really, but like sometimes knowing which cards you have is everything. Drawing pictures.
Hargrade says just so many move possibilities to watch for, like drawing pictures and such. True, true. No, doing
Yeah.
that on my own end with a sideways smile face.
Yeah, it's helpful. It's a fun tool. I'm a fan.
I got the paid version, so it's it's amazing. Actually, I intend to incorporate that into my professional life. I would like to
I
take you back.
yeah, yeah.
Can we run it back? You can play
Sure.
whatever faction that you want, except for
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
cultist. I mean that.
I gotta get up my vampiric rage. Yeah, do you have any preference?
I don't know. No, whatever you like.
Okay, sweet. Oh, I see. Did you sent another link here?
Sure
Awesome.
did. Yeah.
Some maybe I mean I'm having fun with the goats, so I could do that again, but if you are sick of that,
Mm.
I will happily do something else.
No, no, bring it back. Yeah, I think I made some questionable decisions, especially with that gate. That was a big one. Um, Baldo punished Heart rate. Heart said. That's funny. I didn't even play him. I thought about
Yeah,
it.
we were talking about Baldo and like what because I had a little bit of a heart attack when you first played him, and it's like, oh crap, you're gonna get behind me. All right, how do I respond? Can I
Maybe
kill
I should. Yeah,
Baldo if I
that.
don't kill Baldo? I mean, if I
Right.
killed him, you
Yeah.
probably lost. If I didn't kill him, I probably lost. Like I don't know. It's,
Interesting. Yeah.
well, I mean, I mean, the other thing is, that's because I didn't have the second what's it called, stronghold in my hand. If I did,
Fair.
I just retreat and win. So like if I was in your shoes, I probably wouldn't go for something like that, just knowing that all it takes is one card and the entire
Yeah.
assassination plan is moot. But I didn't
I
have
had
that
no
card.
idea. Like,
uh,
yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Well, that gives me insight into Mountain Vargath. Just um, in those assassination attempts, that's what I'm looking out for, a stronghold. Um, but even if you stronghold, uh, I would feel the increase in my own pressure by having the availability to move units up all the way into that rank. So it's curious. No
yeah,
matter what, it's bad for Mountain Vargath if you stronghold and retreat.
yeah.
Yeah,
Which faction are you taking in this one?
I picked the Wayfarers.
Okay.
Um, yeah,
Yeah, that should be. I think it'll be good. I don't think this matchup's one sided. I mean, like I don't really know, so it's possible I'm like screwing you with a terrible matchup here. I think it's probably.
I'm
I mean, I got
I'm
beefy
not super
boys.
worried about it. They're
I
beefy
can
boys
change
that I
it up
can't.
to.
Yeah, it's probably not good, but but I haven't
Yeah,
doing
I
well.
can.
I'm not doing well against either of the new factions, and that could be ignorance or it could be the
Yeah,
cards themselves. I not quite.
yeah. Well, why don't
I'm not
maybe
going to make
maybe I
a
can just
proclamation.
take. Maybe I'll just take Phoenix Elves in. I think that was a league
Oh,
matchup too.
yeah,
That's a fun one. Is that sound like fun?
sure, sure. Are you sure that's a league
Cool.
matchup, the Phoenix Elves?
It was Phoenix Elves versus
It was.
Wayfarers.
Oh, sure, earlier. Okay. Yep,
Yeah, yeah.
let's do it.
All right, I'm clicking it.
So, Hargrada said the Stronghold would have maybe released some pressure. I agree. But that is the main intention of it, right? It's not necessarily an
This
aggressive
strange for
spell
you.
in the magic phase. It was designed as a retreat spell. It could be an aggressive spell, assuming you have the cover to make it happen. But the way it's designed, shit, I did not mean to look at your hand. um,
You're good. Yeah, I
okay,
could
okay.
I could have
I'm
warned you better.
sorry.
No, you're
Yeah,
totally. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm
It does
going
not
to.
matter at all.
I'm going to hop off now. Off this. That's true.
uh, yeah, okay, good stuff.
So,
I'll see you
apologies.
on the other
Sorry,
side.
Ben.
No,
Yeah, I'll see you on
don't
the other
like
side.
it does not matter. See you.
Okay, bye.
But normally I'm looking to move up Moldaria here and deciding against it this time just to like get extra attacks and get on board. That's a weird play. And so like if you're making a weird play like that, you wanna be able to justify it. And I don't know if I can. Um, do I hold an Ember Mage just to make sure that I have a unit to play next turn? And Ember Mages are kind of good here. Or do I just ditch it and believe in the heart of the cards? I'm gonna hold it. We drew Vanessa and an Archer. Oh, I should discard it. I should have discarded it. Wow, chuck two beasts away. It's starting hand. Like I just have so many. Just like discarding the entire starting hand, you just have so many more options going forward. Like I have 5 magic now. I could have had 6. I could have had 6. I could have played Vanessa and an Archer. Like you can just. That is such a like play. You can play a champion turn 2 if you just discard your whole starting hand. That's such a huge tempo swing. Discarding heavy, especially like that first turn is just the turn where it's just like just get some magic in the tank. Like you just gotta. Uh, it's tough. It's tough not to. I know beasts hurt, but beasts aren't even against wayfarers. I want big beefy boys like Vanessa, who I can't play in addition to an archer. Should have just discarded the mage, but I totally could have drawn a hand of like beast and archer, and that's it or something. I don't know, and just like The mage is good. The mage is good. Killing the mage. Yeah, because the Wayfarers don't have any ping, so it's pretty good. We definitely need to use a move to get Maul up next turn. This gate's super threatening. A Wayfarer's gate over here is just like, you're just dead immediately. Immediately forfeit the game. It's over. Might still play Finessa. Oh, killing the guard. Interesting. I mean, it's probably good. Probably a good take. Just kidding. You suck. I mean, you gotta get a little lucky for that roll anyway. Hey, you got it. Easy. Easy. By you suck, I meant easiest game of my life. Um. The archer would be good here too in combination with Vanessa is the thing. Okay, I mean, I like just playing Vanessa, right? That seems decent. And then we pull the archer. Seems about right. Could pull Finessa. I don't love giving them that spot. I don't love how easy it is for them to kill Finessa though right here. But like, what's with my rolls? Come on. I feel like my melee like is that's so rare. I think I'm going crazy though, because like it's just like the thought in my head that like it's like you think anything could ever be wrong with the dice mechanism, but I guess because someone suggested that to me that maybe there is, and now I'm like thinking about it, it's like how would I want to like run some data to prove because I've never really noticed the dice feeling weird before. Now but like now that it's in my head, I think I'm just noticing more 3-on-1s and whatnot. Or maybe not. I don't know. When the dice are in your head, that's when you've lost. Though, there's one thing I know. I think I want to hold Way of the Phoenix and Archer. That seems pretty strong. And we got Divine Rat. Awesome. Constantly emailing Joe about dice bug. Yeah, because I've never thought about dice before, but then just like people were talking about like randomness and games and how it works and how like it can be flawed, and now I'm thinking about it, and that's the problem is when I start thinking about it. I feel like I've missed a lot of these. I mean, 3 swords, like that's just insane for that to miss. It shouldn't miss. But I feel like just like over the last few streams, it's like I've had like 4 or 5 3-sword misses and whatnot. But I mean that is also just variance, and Waterdeep will talk about that. It's just you just gotta live your life with variance. I don't know, because normally I never just like I'm comfortable relying on certain dice. Like I rely on 3 melee to hit 2, and if it doesn't, that just feels bad. But it's just like, hey, you got screwed. Don't worry about it. But then the thought that the dice aren't the trusty friends that I think they are, it's scary. Vanessa out. Might be able to get Holios out. Maybe. Probably not. I don't know. Holios could be pretty insane. Help us uh, catapult this game pretty quick. Vlox says, how did you have so much mana and also summon Vanessa? By ditching 3 cards. Lamau. Could have had more. I could have had 6 there, and I didn't because of a skill issue. And I even ditched the Ember Mage later. Tess. I don't know what Tess is gonna do for you here. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you want to just like drop your 10 health gate in my face and just like see what he can do? Killed two precious beasts for her. You know, killed is a strong word, okay? They're in a happy place. I could definitely see putting the gate in my face to just like be annoying. Um, Problem is like you don't really get efficient attack, so you probably just gotta play commons, but maybe he ain't got no commons. And yeah, shooting at Finessa is definitely the way to deal with it. Slip by. Vlox is saying, I don't know what to do. It be like that. I mean, yeah, I think at this point you kind of just want to regroup. So I'd probably say like, I mean, just shooting Tess with Finessa honestly is fine, or just like any unit just shooting Finessa. You probably just I don't know, just take a shot, maybe two this turn, and then next turn, and then discard heavy, and next turn maybe you'll have the cards for a bigger push. What's his hand? Maybe real bad draws. Yeah, easily could be, which could be when you don't have the draw you need, try to discard and then accumulate what you need for later. Yeah, I like that. I like that play. I'm a fan. Guess that's pretty much what I was saying. Um, okay, this isn't going to be the craziest Divine Ret push of our life, but it's going to be a Divine Ret push of our life. Um, and I mean, hey, them being punished and not attacking any of these units will be good. So we'll take it. Look at me clicking off the dice animation. I'm so cool. Sorry, I won't do that again. All right. Honestly, I think we hold Holios and hope to get him out later. Got a beast and archer. It definitely could be a mistake because we don't really need it, but yeah. And he can sort of just take an inactivity turn here, so it's not the craziest Divine Ret Spirit of the Phoenix turn. Wow, we have both back to back. This is pretty crazy. This is what we're looking for. Yeah, I like retreating. It's a tough thing to have to do, but I'm a fan. Passive wayfarers, like you need to you need to rethink things. I mean, test swapping spots with the gates, with the 10 health gate somewhere seems good. Like where to test start? I think I would probably put Tess here. So then 10 health gate is here, or I don't know, maybe here, or I don't know, because like this is already surrounded, so that's not ideal. But like put 10 health gates up because test swapping the spot seems all right. And just shoot seems decent. Swapping with the waypoint. All right, all right. The inactivity damage turn. Yeah, I see it. I see it for sure. It's gonna be another it's gonna be another one of those, I think. Uh, unless I had like two beasts or something here. Um, me just slowly struggling to advance here. Kind of the name of the game. Because doing this next Spirit of the Phoenix Divine Ret feels kind of bad. I kind of don't want to. So maybe I won't. Just to like, I don't know. Because they can really just take another turn of inactivity damage, but I don't know. We got to get in there at some point, right? Good evening. How's it going? What you been up to? We we just chilling with some Summoner Wars and chatting as usual. Vlox is having a bit of a tough time. Some thinky turns here. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna playing Cyberpunk and chilling. Good stuff. I don't think I know too much about Cyberpunk. Is Cyberpunk the game that everyone like trashed on at its release? Um, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that's the one thing I know about this game that you're enjoying. Yeah, yeah, you're having fun with it though. That's good. They fix stuff. I can't really talk about it. I don't really know much about it. I'm glad you're having fun though. Yeah, I think we just attack again and pray. Does this Ember Mage go a spot up? I mean, then Celeste could get to Maul pretty easily. Could get behind Maul even. Um, I think it's fine to go a spot up. Like they'd have to be pretty greedy to go for it. Maybe this is a Drake matchup. I don't know. They definitely called my bluff here with like, oh, maybe could the Ember Mage have shot Celeste? It totally could have. That's what it should have done. What am I thinking? That absolutely should have been the play. Um, Play this other one, and I mean now I'm tempted to discard both of these. I don't even have that many units left. I think I'm still gonna hold Holios. I think that's the game plan here. At some point, Holios comes down, and then we profit. I don't know. It's kind of weird for me to hold out Holios for so long. We talked, feel like he should have gotten more magic going. Uh, yeah. Well, did his last turn? Did he not discard too much? Probably wanted to. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. I don't want to. Um, did I see something? No. Um, and forced to do some more chilling. I don't know. You play the game, get better, and I don't like. I'm happy to like give players tips if they ask for it and whatnot. But like, I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm just here to have fun, and like, I don't want people to feel like you come on and get criticized, and I'm like, you should have discarded more for magic. Ah. Like, I don't know. We're just having fun. All right, both of these events have done nothing for me. That is good. Let's get in there. Let's shoot my own units, etc. Mal is just moving up bit by bit here. That's all we can do. This other gate, do I want to play it over here? Do I want to discard it? I think I'm gonna discard it. I want magic. I want to go bigger. Coach Ben shouting hints and tips. Discard all your cards, always. Do it. Just discard them. You won't regret it. Yeah, actually, this is $100 an hour coaching session going on right now. I don't think we need the other gate. I mean, the other gate's helpful. I don't know. I really want to push into Holias range and like go nutso. We could just discard Holias and accept Drake, but Drake's a lot harder to get going. I mean, look at how fast we burned through our deck compared to them. Vlox says, feeling scared now? A little bit. You've really pushed me into uncomfy territory. Making me go for it here. There's a world where I just would have preferred that gate over there. I decided not to just like, because I want to let Mal attack something that turn so she could push. And that, yeah, they're finally getting a counterattack. Both of our, neither of our events did anything. That was very strong. We now are on a push. We're on an advance, but they could pull off some. I don't know. Like we're not doing insane for the end game here. I think that was a mistake. I think they meant to attack with the adventure because then Tess could shoot through. I feel like that sometimes. That be how it go, etc. Let's punch some lads. Do I want to just put an Ember Mage there? Nah, let's just like... Well... I guess I actually do. Okay. Good talk. I guess I do, because I don't really have the moves to support this otherwise. And this will be a little bit tough to even get the kill here. Now that I'm thinking about it, I guess we discard that gate again. We don't. It's a little bit weird to not play more gates against the Wayfarers, but I really want the magic because I'm really just trying to like completely and utterly overwhelm them here. That is the goal. All right, let's get. Let me see this. I want to see if I kill Tess. This is a world where I don't care about this. All right, we killed Tess, so yeah, then we definitely go for this. Because we need a lot of magic to have Holias out. We need 5 plus like at least one more. I don't think we call protection. Would I prefer the mage on that side? I guess I would. Like they're really not going to penetrate over here. It's probably mage will be more useful, but yeah, probably. All right, Holias really isn't doing a whole lot. Might be like deeply regretting pulling him, but we might be able to play if some of these units stick. We might be able to just play him onto the field next turn. Totally vanilla, so that could be good. Because normally you need more than just the champ's cost of magic in order to actually summon a champ next turn. But if I already have a ton of units on the board, or if I have more magic in the champ cost so I can summon additional units, then you can be good. I mean, you just need some way to have more units than your summoner and one champ. Because that often will not do it. We could definitely be in tough... I mean, like, it feels like we're in a good spot here, and we've been pushing them back, but, like... we're probably gonna need to hold Drake or something for the end game. Might discard both the flares for the end game. I don't know. I have a weird way of playing Moldaria. don't question it. But pushing Wayfarers back like this makes us feel comfortable. That's what we want. Maybe we will expose Moldaria a little bit. We could send Moldaria over to the right side of the battlefield. Or we could just put a beast over there. I was thinking of just doing Holios and the Mage over on that side of the battlefield by themselves, but then I was like, okay, I could do Holios, Mage, and then Maul, but then is Maul up against too much counterattack? The slip by counterattack would be tough, but yeah, if slip by can get behind her, we're a little bit dead. Oh, but we can do Blinding Flare, which would be very good. But at that point, why not just play a beast? Right? Maybe that's what we do. Oh wow, I can put the beast over here. Holy shit. um, yeah, that's good. Sometimes you notice things. Am I right? Am I right or am I right with the whole noticing things philosophy? I think I'll pull the beast back, or I don't even know if I need to blinding flare here, honestly, with this sort of board. I mean, if I just go here, am I fine? Am I fine? Do I want Vanessa to start advancing down that other side here? To start like putting pressure, because I give up that spot, but like the thought could be I don't really care. I mean, Vanessa could then be attacked on two sides. It feels maybe a little bit unnecessary. I don't know. So maybe we'll just stay here. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, if we kill these units, I don't really know if we need the flare. And even if we don't kill the units, I don't really know if we need the flare. We might need the flare. The flare could be good. Well, let's see this. All right. Well, that's a pretty easy. Just try to finish that off. Getting lucky here for sure. Yeah, let's stay ahead of the curve. So the blinding flare is nice. I kind of want to hold a flare. I think I kind of like where I am here. I know they can get some dice on Maul. I think I'm gonna discard one of these. And hold the other one. That's the plan. Funny, I totally, like, in person, never would have noticed I could summon that beast there. Never would have seen it. I guess Baldo could have gotten behind me this turn. It's possible both flares would be useful here. I mean, I'm generally kind of scared using flares because I might, like, screw myself and not really have a retreat. Alright, that's something for Vanessa to kill, I guess. We take that. I mean, maybe we go for Drake before Holios, if Holios has kind of outlived his welcome at this point. Slip by? Okay. Kill the mage, get in with Celeste? Yeah, I'm not quite sure what slip by does here for you. Especially with that position. They said they're more like playing and thinking. They asked if they thought it was better to just do it to draw to like just think in their head or to think out loud. And I said go for the thinking out loud, so I can't be too mean. Let them taking shit back. Coordinate is always good to see. Might be a let's go nuts with Moldaria sort of turn. Could we go? How nuts could we go? Um, we could like send Holios, punch Celeste in the face, and then turn around. At this point, I prefer Fire Drake to Holios though. If we can make it happen. I can summon Vanessa instead of I can bring Vanessa around and keep holding magic. Yeah, it seems good. Seems like a pretty good flare turn. I guess. I mean, it'd be better if we could attack this rogue. Oh, why don't we do this? You know, I'll just throw a mage out to die. Well, maybe that's not so good. I don't know. It lets them. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it sets us back a little bit on our push to Holios, or on our push to Drake. Right now, we just need. I mean, we're gonna spend one on the flare, so we need 3. Um, we could just bring the guard around. Honestly, I just showed them I had burn, but and I kind of gotta occupy that. And I don't love giving them that spot back, but like, I don't care that much. It's a little bit tough. Because I could also send Holios up and punch the last, and then bring Holios back. Then, yeah, like Fire Drake is better than Holios at this point. Fire Drake is the champ I want. I mean, if we get the 4-on-3, we can summon Vanessa. If not, it sucks a little bit. It just like I want to kill the rogue too. Is the thing. Well, let's go for. I mean, I could burn the adventure. I don't know. Let's just go for this. But we could try to break that gate. Lol. I mean, huh? Interesting, actually. That's interesting. Is there a world where I just sort of like retreat and go for that gate? Instead of the blinding flare play. I could even send Maul over here. Could even do like this. I don't feel like this is the play, but maybe. Destroying that gate is nice. Would give us some free. I mean, we can also just summon a mage and have the mage shoot the gate in addition to Vanessa. Because it's just they're in a bit of a corner. If that gate's gone. I mean, we can also just summon the mage, but the mage just kind of sucks to summon with flare. And I'd rather have something attacking. I don't know. It's a lot of thinking. A lot of thinking for and not much justification for all that thinking. Well, let's hit it. Let's go big. And 3. Damn. Well, wish I burned it. But that's life. And I guess they can go with Finessa if they want. And no, not gonna summon anything. And just play Flare. And yep, we'll still try to build the Drake at some point. I think we're gonna hold cards for now. And they can go to Finessa if they want to. Yeah, I was really hoping to kill that and pull Finessa, but the miss there definitely happens. Can't be too upset. What took a damage? Oh, the adventure moved. What did take a damage? Hello? What happened? Oh, I see. I see. I see. I mean, that's kind of the same result as just moving it adjacent to it up there. I guess this is better. And now, I mean, Mal's gonna struggle to... What? You're not attacking? That's a mistake. Okay. You should attack. You should attack this turn. The dice can hit. Dice on specials. You know, you got a shot there. There you go. Yeah, wrap around me. I mean, trapping me is definitely a line here. Interesting. You know, the way... Wait, it does work that way? Are you serious? I thought it didn't. I thought when I checked, it was still protected. Weird. It's sort of ambiguous whether or not it's protected, because it's like, is it adjacent? Like, because this specifies before rolling dice, but targeting is already after the unit has been attacked. Vlox says 9 dice to kill that one unit. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. All right, we gotta be careful not to get greedy here and end up getting ourselves killed. We could burn the adventurer, but why? I mean, we should probably just shoot it. But if we spend a magic, then we'll just barely get up to 3 magic for next turn, so guess that's all right. And yeah, we'll get Finesse over there. And I think we gotta just expose Mal a little bit. Kind of a lot of it with that waypoint now that I'm thinking about it. Could definitely just like get behind Mal and be like, lol, I'm behind you now. Guess you're dead. Hmm. Maybe I go here. Maybe I go here. And do a tactical retreat or something. So now you can only get to one side. Oh, and I can even summon Finessa over. Yeah, that'd be good. That'll be good. And we'll go to 8 magic too, so that should put us in a very good spot. Assuming we get all these kills. Which we should get. Have to get unlucky. And we're up to 8. So yeah, now we can summon the Drake and then have Holios as the backup plan, because the Drake will just, it's better to summon the Drake before Holios if we're just playing them for raw stats like we are. Because like if we summon Holios, he's gonna die sooner, and so we're probably not gonna get to 8. But if we summon the Drake, he'll live for longer, and if like it feels much easier to build back up to 5 than 8. It will feel insurmountable to build back up to 8. But 5, I mean 5 is doable, and the Drake will probably, and the Drake could easily live that long to build up 5 magic if they have that many units left for us to kill. And then once we kill all those units and just trade with them, then we have Holios. I mean, not great for just raw stats, but he's something. He's something. But I mean, this game definitely shows that, I mean, even though like we had such a huge tempo swing, like it's not over, because they've had so much more resources in deck. They've been holding on. We've been scared this whole time. We've been quivering in fear. This is sort of a tough spot. I'm glad we managed to make it so Mal couldn't be trapped behind. I mean, against Wayfarers, we just always have to be thinking, how can they get behind my summoner? I mean, they still can here, but not as bad as before. Like, before we were just going to have Mal sit here by herself. Why did... What did I press that made it so thick? Why are we thick? Why are we so thick? Thin? What do we prefer here? Do we prefer... No, we don't like thin. Stop. Gosh darn it. There we go. Somehow I got it there. See, now it's always showing it, but then it shows that like the brush tool is coming out. Maybe that's better. I wonder why. Oh, is that because I'm pressing control? I see. Sorry, I'm just like discovering this application. If I do that, the toolbar comes up. So I hid it so you guys can't see the toolbar anymore, because it annoyed me when like you guys see this on the side of the screen. I don't know, it's just like distracting. All I want you to be looking at is my beautiful drawings. Yo, what's up?
I want to know, just from your perspective, you see the screen right now.
Yeah.
Am I misunderstanding the Voyager? But reading its ability, after this unit moves, you may place it adjacent to a friendly. Oh, it has to be adjacent to a friendly unit within 3 spaces. My apologies.
2
I thought I
spaces.
could jump
No, you're good.
away. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Damn.
You thought like it
So
could
the
jump like
Voyager
2
always
spaces
just
away
across
from your
there.
unit.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and drop. I thought it could skip across. I'm so used to using it with just allied units that the pressure that you're putting on me
Yeah. No,
is
it's
too
been a
much. But
it's been a crazy one. It's
yeah,
been a good game. Yeah, I'm a
yeah.
little...
I'm scared for you a little bit because I'm not used to seeing you lose. But um, it'll be okay.
My ego will survive it, maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
Good luck.
All right, I'll see you. Bye. I don't know. Can my ego survive a loss? That's just... we gotta get like... gotta get like Waterdeep back on the stream, or like someone... I gotta ask Aaron if he's ever free to come on the stream and just like... Because... final stream. Could be. It was really funny to like... the time that I forget what it was, but Hergrady, you were like, there was a stream that like I did a very stupid misplay. I forget which it was, and then you were like, yeah, the stream ended shortly after that. It's funny, but I feel like yeah, like I need to get like people on that are just like patently way better than me, and just to because you know it's tough because then when someone's way better than you want to think a lot more, and so it's hard. But like yeah, we if we get like Aaron on the stream and we're but like I don't know, some of those people aren't used to live games, so I might stand a chance. We'll see. But just like I could totally lose like 8 times in a row. Like me against I think like Orange Laz. I've played him like a bunch of times now. He's beat me every single time. Like, and a lot of those are live games. Like he's good on his feet too. Like, I think that's just a player that's gonna beat me like eight like 9 times out of every 10 or something. And so I mean that's really who I should be playing to. Yeah, but like you know, it is tough to just like be on the uphill battle of a player that you're just losing against. But I should probably challenge Orange One or something this morning. I don't know what you're saying. Oh, this morning with a misplay. Yes, no, that one ended with a misplay too. I thought you weren't in that stream. God damn it. Trying to hide that one from you. No, I'm joking. Yeah, that. No, well, that's what I was thinking about it because the same thing happened. I mean, it was my last turn. I didn't rage quit, I promise. It was like, that was a pretty crippling misplay. You watched the archive earlier. Awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed them. That makes me real happy. All right, we should be in a good spot here, right? Should be in a good spot. We have a Fire Drake. Fire Drake fires stuff, and then we win. And then we win. The critical part for anyone wondering is the part where we win. We got burn at some point if we need it. I think I'm just gonna summon it over here. It's a sound effect I don't hear very often. And hopefully we get the 4-on-3 this time. And if we don't, we have the Fire Drake to attack as well. God damn it. I wish burn could happen during the attack phase. Wasting so many dice on this. And of course you get it. And a bunch of specials. Okay, this is only common, so I can totally retreat the Fire Drake into this hole if I want to. And yeah, you see, like, we probably are going to build up to Holios, but I swear, if I had played Holios first, there was no chance Fire Drake was coming, so I'm glad we pushed towards it and, like, managed our magic like that to make it happen. Watches Ben make a crippling misplay. Okay, I guess the stream is over. Damn. Damn, so real. Listen, I didn't have any more turns. The turns had dried up. That was my last turn. Well, it was funny because I was like, oh, I gotta go to work soon. I should shower. But like, I'll finish this turn. And it's like, I want to do it right. I want to do right by this turn. I want to do right by my boy Cherez. I'm gonna take this turn, be smart about it. Took like 15 minutes on it, and just made the stupidest misplay ever. Like I just didn't. I was like had various iterations where Vlox was protected, and then the iteration I went with, it was just a spot next to him that Ava could fly in and do 3 dice on 2 for the win, which is a 75% shot. That was that was rough. That was rough-sickle. I think we got this. I don't think they can punch through all this value. They might be able to trap Mal with something, but I think we should be good with that as well. They've been playing this real well, though. Very, very impressed. Keep checking to make sure I can't do it with champions, because I'm afraid. Because I am scared. Because I am terrified. Yeah, we're definitely trying to build up to 5 magic for the other champion. Dude, we're playing all champions. So that's the thing is like, I discarded super heavy this game. Discarded a lot of commons, but then we just get to play more champions, and so it's fine. It's fine. We're totally fine. It was really funny this morning too, because I was like, "This is totally a moment," and I didn't even like acknowledge it. I think my delivery was on point. It was like, "Huh, that's a crippling misplay." Well, anyways, guys, it's been a really good stream. Thanks for coming by. Like, it's just like it was on point. Oh, going for that seek? Seriously? I'm just gonna kill it. I got 8 dice on it. That's easy money. And Vanessa. Vanessa's just been alive. Didn't we summon Vanessa turn 1? When did we summon Vanessa? Sorry, you missed that roll. We summoned it turn 2. Yeah. Yeah, it's been around the entire game. It's pretty huge. It's pretty huge. And maybe we'll just have 2 lanes over here and we'll just shoot stuff down it forever. Good stuff. Like they're just hoping and praying that they're able to get Seek the Horizon off here. Not on my watch. Almost on my watch. My watch wasn't very good. But we got in there. And we got the kill. Wait, that wasn't a kill. I think we'll bring the Fire Drake over here. Why not? Probably better than over there. And we'll hold on to Burn and Holios. Yeah, I mean they've just got like all this big beef to get through, and then after that's gonna, and there's also gonna be Holios. So I mean, it's essentially every full health champ to get through this game for them. So we were worried about magic, but thankfully it worked out. Holding Holios was maybe a mistake that we didn't need, and if we had discarded, we could have played a few more commons. That might have been slightly just more efficient and better for tempo. Like we were hoping to get I was hoping to get Holios out like when he's good. That is like when you have a bunch of Ember commons left, but didn't work. And so probably if I was better, I could have made that assessment sooner that that wasn't going to work out and adapted accordingly. I mean, maybe I leave the Fire Drake there in case they do something cute like that, but I don't care. You put the dancer over there, like, whatever, man. Yeah, I can stall out this game. I don't have anywhere to be. Hiding a little bit, are we? I guess I'll just bring Vanessa forward to kill the waypoint and Fire Drake forward as well. And then I guess Malcolm's forward too, though if Vanessa misses on the waypoint, we kind of lose, but... Or we could lose, but it's not very likely. I said that's not very likely. Easy. Easy. Well, I came back 20 minutes and did not expect this board state. It's been a long one for sure. What sort of board state did you expect? What was the platonic ideal in your mind? We were just talking about the game we played earlier and the misplay I had on stream. um about like, and I spent like 15 minutes on stream like thinking of various plays, and then the thing I ended up going with was like I just got killed immediately. It was very stupid, and it was a classic like, oh well, that's a crippling misplay. That sucked that I did that. Well, anyways, guys, thanks for coming by. Well, I didn't have any other turns to take. Like I was planning on ending the stream, but it was just like very funny to immediately end it after that. I have games like that. Yeah, it you know it happens to the best of us, and you just gotta accept that. And like I don't know, when I get too upset about that stuff, it's not good. It's just part of the game. Okie dokie. Guess we'll just do this. And we still got Holios kind of whenever we want, so we're chilling. And Celeste might just be dead. And she's not. Easy. Honestly, do I not attack this gate? How many slip bys have you played? Slip by, just one. Huh. Is there a world where I don't attack this gate because I'm worried you're gonna slip by or something? Some nonsense? Surely there's no world, right? Surely that world does not exist, because I would have pulled the archer if I had destroyed it. But, oh, I can pull something. Interesting. Do I pull the Drake back to make it harder for you to attack things? I don't think so. I don't think I mean, it's kind of silly that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, let's go. Let us go. Celeste is going to take a damage if you attack. They shall find that out soon enough. Oh no, not if you kill it. Not if you kill it. I forgot about that. Easy. 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 So easy. Um, I guess I just do that. And then what am I doing? Like let's just let us end this. Let's do that. Bloop. You see, I still got to play around. Like I'm still thinking about the scary things. It's not just like, oh, it's over. I'm still playing around little things here and there at the end. GG, fun game. Why do I have 5 magic at the end there for killing Celeste? Seriously, I go to 5. You get a magic for killing the enemy summoner. Yeah, I go to 5. That's funny.
Man.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh man.
Oh man, you played a good game for being on the back foot that whole time.
I like
I
the
think you did very
entire
well.
game on the back foot. Celeste didn't
Yeah,
have a power up.
yeah, yeah.
Celeste was just playing as I don't know, Vlox without an ability.
Yeah, I mean that sometimes if you're pushed on the back foot, I mean, you got to do what you can and make an approach
Uh,
at some point. And I mean, you were doing
I
it. You were
know I
making
made
do.
mistakes.
You
Yeah.
know, yeah. I mean, there's always mistakes, but I think you did well. I'd be I'm impressed.
Yeah, it could have been worse. There was points where I thought the game was for sure mine, which is good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I mean,
When I saw you were out of cards, I was like, oh yeah, it's over. Wait,
yeah.
all you had was champions left.
Yeah, I had Holios in my hand too. Just to
Oh
summon at
yeah,
the end there.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean I really felt I mean I discarded super heavy and then like when you refused to engage on those Spirit of the Phoenix Divine Ret turns, I was like,
Yes.
well, I just gotta gas. Like I am getting in there. I am just like I'm taking over the board because like I'm
I
worried now
don't
I'm not
know.
gonna win the late game and yeah.
Would you discard even? You must have discarded everything.
I
How could you
discarded a
afford
lot.
that? I played the Phoenix Elves all the time. I don't even know how you could afford those cards. When I dodged you for 2 turns, completely avoided you.
Yeah, I mean something that helped was that first turn. I dropped 3 commons. I dropped 2 beasts and a guard, and that put me up to 5 magic, so I could play Finessa turn 1. Honestly, I wish I had discarded the mage in my hand too. I decided not to discard the mage in case I drew a bad
Mm,
hand, but if I had 6, I could have played Finessa and a mage. Like getting that early discard for that tempo can just be huge for like especially decks like Maldaria and Grognak that like have really good 5 cost champs. Like if you can get that out like
yeah,
turn 2, that's an insane tempo swing.
that's a big 5 cost swing with the Phoenix Elves because you have 2 options,
Yeah,
2 choices at 5 cost, which I always try to hover against, but I sit on the same line that you do at the 4 cost of like, well, I have 4 floating magic. Well, that's pretty useless compared to getting out a champ. You have to weigh out like, well, which champ is going to do something for me? Is it really relevant the next turn?
yeah, yeah.
Is it really that big a deal that I get out that just because I have 5 floating? Does that make a difference for me? What are they going to do where I land so that the 5 cost is going to mean a whole lot for me? And at least with the Phoenix Elves, I find it's more of a preparatory 5 where I already have a board state that's winning or I'm losing and I need finesse plus a retribution and I'll be in a good place. It's
Yeah.
very it's very rare that I tee myself up into it from all the games I've played. But you did great. I avoided finesse as much as I could rather than engaging it because if I engage finesse with the retribution, what a, I'm gonna lose. I would have
uh,
lost much quicker.
yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I guess
Yeah,
shooting her can be the best. I mean, yeah, she was
sure.
alive that entire game, but I
But
mean,
I
she
mean,
sort of
was
like
worth the target? I would have been splitting targets with everything else to like chip Finessa for 3 turns, maybe. Best case scenario.
yeah, I mean, it's sort of like Shonk, like, it does got to go down eventually. Like you can't just like it'll
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I didn't have the chip damage before that to be able to get away with avoiding it. But
yeah, no,
I
I
did
understand.
avoid it for as long as I could. I think I played it right, but I it was as though she wasn't on the board for a lot of it outside of blocking line of sight. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was I'd like I'd like an analysis on that to see like step by step if what I did was the right thing.
Yeah, I'll bring you back a
Yeah.
20-page paper analysis. No, I think you did
Yeah.
good. I wouldn't, yeah, I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Mm,
The, yeah,
mm,
because like
yeah. Yeah.
even if someone like even if you were to get like the best player in the world to come back with you with 20 pages about like the little things they would have done differently, I mean,
Sure.
that'll I mean to me that kind of bogs me down. Though I mean in another sense it's also interesting, and I kind
I
of
find that
love.
fascinating. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I like formats like that too. Like, and that's why I love the Discord. Like, I love just like posting like the classic where I just like posted what do you do with the starting hand as Fallen
Well, yeah.
Kingdom
What
where
do
you
you
have
do
two
with this?
pyres, and then like some
Yeah.
really good players will come out with some hot takes that like I did not expect. Like Donkey being like you hold both pyres in almost every situation and stuff like that.
That stuff really shakes me. Like you don't hold both pyres. What is the point of playing this deck if you don't have pyres? Or like you don't hold your gate? What are you gonna do? You're literally discarding these things that I mentally have held on a pedestal. They're so important to me that you discard at a whim for a single magic. It's more complicated than that. Like, it doesn't make sense to me, but when you're playing in the short term, when you're playing multiple games, it does make sense. Um, Whatever that card is that you're holding on to doesn't eventually add up to that magic, that tempo, that um, whatever evaluation you've made mentally
Yeah.
as a long term strategy. And
Yeah.
I have a hard time reconciling with that,
Yeah.
as I think that you do as
It
well.
can. Yeah. It can be tough. Yeah, it takes time. And like with things like the discard decisions, like it can. I don't know. A lot of the times, it's like I feel like the more I played, the more comfortable I got, just like ditching my entire first hand, and it sort of varies. But like, I
Yeah.
mean, her Grata and Chat, I think, yeah, the first turn I ditched two beasts and a guard, and her Grata was like, I feel so bad to ditch two beasts, and I agree. Like,
Yeah.
I love beasts. Beasts are
Yes.
fun, but it's like beasts. I got more beasts. Like, I know I got more beasts. I have a lot more commons on average. I know my deck. I'm only going to be pumping out a certain amount of
Mm,
commons, and it's definitely not all of them. So to have that extra
sure.
magic in reserve to just have more options is really good. Now, like when it's other situations, when it's like cloaks and like it's like a dagger and an out of shadows, it's like, okay, well, dagger I only have one of. I feel like I really need to hold this. It's really central to my
Totally.
plan. Out of shadows I only have two of, or like
Sure.
Arushi,
Sure.
Chant of Entangling I only have two. So like it's tough when it's a card that's really central to your strategy, but like three commons, I mean, the worst that can happen is like my next turn I don't draw any commons, and so like I have a really bad turn because of that, which is like why I held the mage. But you know, your deck's got a lot of
Because
commons, so I'm pretty comfortable ditching them.
the fact that you killed that dancer right on the back line was to me the stake that went through
Through your heart,
the stake that went
yeah,
through my heart,
almost missed too.
because I didn't see that coming at all for whatever
uh,
reason.
yeah,
And the fact that you got 5 out of 8 too, like, are so many attacks that I missed throughout the game of trying to get like
just just
two
torturing you.
for 2 for 4 or 3 for 6 or
Yeah, yeah,
I think the econ game was my game, and that was the end of it for sure. There's no way to get past the dragon.
yeah.
Literally. So GG, man. That was good. I plan to beat you on stream.
I'm sure you will too. I wouldn't beat yourself up either. I don't know how many games you say you've played, but like I mean
Uh
I've played
9
like
maybe. Yeah.
nine, yeah, nine total. I mean I've probably played like some like 900 total or something. Like I don't know. Like it's
Well, compared to
it,
the totality that I played, it's inconsequential.
I mean, but I mean,
Literally
and
inconsequential.
yet,
Yeah.
but like, and so the fact that so many of our games end up so close, I mean, is just
Yeah.
a testament to picking up the game quickly. And yeah, I don't know,
Yeah.
like, yeah,
I'm just
I
excited
think
that
you're doing
I
great.
thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that means a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
Um
no, and
I
these
was
are tons of fun.
happy to have asked you for an async and that you were excited about it. And just to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
here on stream, showing other people my mistakes or your mistakes, uh,
yeah. No, I'm
and
so
to
glad you
inform
hit me
them
up.
means the world to me. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Uh,
love just chatting and whatnot. I'm so glad you said hi.
um, and in general, yeah, I like chatting about everything. If you ever end up pivoting to a different genre, um, I love all things. I love all things games, board games especially, in life.
Yeah.
So yeah, um, yeah, I like the pivot as well. If you ever want to do Celeste stuff, let me know. Um,
That could be a fun bonus. Just,
yeah, or yeah, a
just me
reprieve
playing
or
Celeste.
a yeah.
Yeah, I need to get. Yeah, I think most people that come by at this point are looking for Summoner Wars, but I'm sure people wouldn't be too offended if there's something different every now and then, or
Well,
maybe
yeah,
like a
if this
Spirit
is like
Island or
your
something.
longevity, yeah, I'll dive into Spirit Island. I'll make that happen. So,
Yeah, yeah, no, I've maybe I get some of my old college friends to play Spirit Island with me or something. Dark Souls
fair.
stream would be a pretty short one, I imagine. You don't know me. I got endurance for Dark Souls.
Oh,
I'm
dude, you don't
tempted
know
to
me
launch
then.
Elden Ring right now. No, go ahead.
I'll show you my my priest character.
Yeah, my first
Yeah,
I was showing some to a friend, and like at the start of Elden Ring, there's a tree sentinel. There's just like a boss that's right at the
I know the
start.
tree. I
That's
know
like
exactly. I played
you're just
Dark
like
Souls. Well, sorry,
slightly
Elden
you
Ring.
played Elden Ring. Yeah, yeah. You're
Yeah.
slightly under and I'll explain for people in chat too. Like you're slightly under leveled to make it pretty tough to beat it. The first thing I did when I launched Elden Ring, well, this was actually because I think my brother watched me play, and the first thing I did was I spent like 20 minutes trying to fight it. And at some point he was like, "What are you doing? Like you're so clearly not supposed to fight this guy yet." And then it was just like something like clicked in my mind. And I was like, "Fuck you! I want to spend the next 6 hours trying to kill this guy." Um, and that's what I did.
Did
And
you
I
actually
get
get through it?
I did not kill him my first playthrough. I
Oh,
think like
okay.
my best was
Okay.
like I got him to like a quarter or something. But now
That's pretty
recently
good.
again, I launched up the game again for like my second playthrough ever. And first thing I did, I think it only took me like definitely took I don't know, maybe like an hour and a half. I killed him. So hey, I've got is fun. We did it.
I
We in there.
I think
I got
that
endurance.
most people what is that where you encounter the tree sentinel and you're wondering like is this my ego? Is this my
Yeah.
shortcoming of the genre itself? Have I not understood the mechanics? Or am I not supposed to fight this boss right now?
Yeah.
And and so you, much like what we discussed earlier, were like, well, screw you. I'm going to make this happen.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna try for 6 hours. Where I was like, well, I'm clearly not at the level to do this. I'll avoid it and I'll encounter the world and to the point that I feel like I'm ready to.
And that's what you're supposed to do. That's what I mean. You're supposed
I
to,
mean,
and it
supposed to
was
do is kind of a loose
yeah. But I
description.
mean,
I mean, even by the
that's what the
developers. Yeah.
I think the design intent there is to introduce the concept of like if you encounter something in the world that you can't fight yet, do something else first. Like just the concept of everything in this world isn't content you can approach immediately, just right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Unless you get good like me, etc.
Oh, I'm sure better than me, but I was pretty good when I was playing.
It makes you feel real good. I mean, it's the same like Celeste phenomena of just like, I mean,
Yes.
it's just the wonderful Dark Souls boss fighting phenomenon of like you you feel so bad when you first get into a boss, and by the end of it, you feel like a god. You're just dodging everything, and it's great.
Do you ever play any Bloodborne by chance?
Oh, I have, yeah, I've played
Oh,
all the Souls
yeah.
games.
Okay. That's by far my favorite. So I hold that in a regard that's
That
kind of
was
hard to level with the other games. Elden Ring's
yeah.
the only comparable tier of beauty and design. Uh, Not like boss difficulty. The especially Dark Souls 3 is hard to parallel with the level of difficulties and the beauty of that design, but the character design, enemy design, within uh, Bloodborne is hard to compare with my own personal beliefs about what is beautiful about an enemy design.
Yeah, 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 and I'll get back to that in just a second. In chat,
Sure.
Hergrata, don't worry, it's a Summoner Wars stream. It's a Summoner
Oh,
Wars
sure.
stream, and will always be a Summoner Wars stream. I love
Oh,
this game, and I want
I didn't mean
to
to
keep going with
introduce
it.
any sort of
No.
uncertainty there. Yeah.
There's no. I gotta reassure Hergrata over here.
No,
Yeah,
no, we're
no,
not. I wasn't.
blood
Yeah.
No, Bloodborne's great. I mean, it was my first too. It's something about the atmosphere of that game. It is, yeah, I don't know. It's just unparalleled. I feel like it really, I mean, and I was more of a kid too when I played that. I don't know. It just
Mm,
it sits with me. I need to play it again, honestly. Like it's like the blood on the clock tower sort of vibe of, I don't know, the it's
yeah.
just
I'll tell
it's really something.
as as a person, I moved from Bloodborne to this and found this beautiful. There's something about Summoner Wars that was unparalleled. There's nothing like it in the world, and we kind of sit
Yeah.
at the forefront of it. Uh, I'll always come back to it no matter what. I can tell that right now, as long as I have friends that do it. Um, and I hope you continue to make content, Ben.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely, I mean, it's just, I mean, you do the things that are fun, and I don't see this stopping being fun anytime soon. I definitely ebb and flow with more streams, less streams, and whatnot, whatever I'm feeling. But yeah, it's just
Yeah,
I always just keep it. It's literally like I put down the game for like 2 days, and it's like, oh, I want to go back, or I'm like, oh, I feel like I need a break, and it's like 2 hours later. It's like, what if I queue 8 ranked games? I don't. It's
I
just
know.
the it's just
I
how the
feel
game
that
goes. It's
too.
just there's just so much
Um,
of it. It's just like I always feel like it's like, ah, Swamp Orcs. I could get way better at Swamp Orcs. What if I gotta play them a lot? Yeah, and
that's kind of been my MO, and but even more so, it's like I have these opinions. Are they real? I want to talk to Ben. Ben has so many opinions, and I don't necessarily agree with you. And
yeah,
I
yeah,
want to like vet that out. I want to see what stream thinks. Yeah.
yeah. No, it's good to chat
There's so
about
many
things.
things that I want to go back and forth on you or ask you about. So I appreciate you including me.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and it makes me wonder if like doing more podcast style content too, because it seems like you and me could just talk for a while.
No,
I don't know
we
if you.
talk more than we game, maybe.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. That's why when I
Hey,
put the vids up on YouTube, I say,
what
what
chats
do I
with
title it? Chatting and
uh
games or something?
like this many games in chat with Vlox.
Yeah,
So
or
my
like,
girlfriend's asking me about that. Like, what does that mean?
the fuck are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
to
no,
put
no.
chatting in the forefront.
If you want me to organize that, let me know. Because I think that we definitely could hold a conversation for whatever allotment of time. I've done podcasts before with friends. That's something that I could arrange. I don't know that I have the vocal, at least audio setup that you have. Um,
Yeah,
maybe if you live closer to me, it would be easier too. But
yeah, yeah. I'd definitely be interested at some point. I don't. We probably just stick to what
let's
we're doing
let's
for now.
let's keep
But
doing what we got.
yeah,
Yeah,
no, I definitely, and yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I could definitely see more just chatting content. And I know like Aaron and Jexic just came out with a podcast too, and the first episode was
oh, they
great. I'm gonna
did.
listen to the second
Okay.
episode too. But yeah, like just
I need to listen to
the
that. Yeah.
chatting about Summoner Wars content's real good. Definitely want
Sure.
to
Oh,
keep
yeah,
it
I see
going.
our stuff bleeding
Maybe start a
outside of that.
podcast
I
at
guess
some
that was
point.
my like kind of the.
Sorry, say it again.
Oh, my apologies. I'm sorry. I
No,
interrupted,
no,
but
no. You're
I
good.
see our stuff bleeding outside of that pretty consistently. So that was kind of the uncertainty of oh, am I taking away from the stream by bringing up things about you or bringing up things about your interests
No,
or
no,
like yeah,
I love to no, I love to just chat. I mean, the
sure.
stream exists for, me to play it. It's yeah, I guess the selfish side of it is just for me to play games and chat and have fun. So for me,
Yeah,
yeah, no,
that's
I'm having a blast,
likewise.
and I guess the if there is
Okay.
a, I guess the altruistic side is to bring attention to Summoner Wars, this great game that more people need to play about, need to know about.
Amen.
But yeah, I mean, I'm having fun. That's the most important thing, I guess, for me to keep doing it.
Sure, sure. Well, I'll tell you what. It was a pleasure, Ben. I look forward
Yeah,
to
yeah,
hanging out with you again.
for sure, for sure. We'll keep doing it.
All right. Well, I hope you have a good night. I'm gonna head
Yeah,
off.
thanks. You too. I'll see you
My
later.
pleasure. All
All
right.
right,
Bye.
bye.